G'day viewers, welcome to another weekend edition of TFU. Oh, give me a break, I made it on Friday last week. I'll do my best to do more videos this week and get right up and on with it. But hey, let's talk about shit happening around the world. And wasn't it big news when a lot of the provisions, the Patriot Act that were allowing the NSA to spy on US citizens lapsed because the Senate couldn't come to an agreement, in large part because Rand Paul filibustered. And it's like, people went, yeah, it's great. It's not legal for them to do it anymore. And the NSA won't be spying on Americans. Oh my God. Some people seem to actually think that will be the next step. Hey, the provisions that they finally admitted to are no longer in law. Therefore, the NSA won't spy on anyone illegally because it's not as if they've been exposed for spying illegally and bulk eavesdropping and actually gave a shit. Blows my mind that people think that the actual listening to phone calls, collection of internet traffic, metadata, all that shit is going to stop. It isn't, okay? The paranoids are right on this one. The government is watching you, and you are free right up until the point they don't want you to be. Hand in hand with this interesting article I saw this week, it's not just electronic surveillance. The feds and a lot of local law enforcement around the US have got spy planes, choppers, drones flying through the air everywhere. And this has been going on for more than 10 years as well. Hilariously, a lot of what's known for sure came out of the NYPD just being proud of the fact they were fucking spying on everyone, going, oh, look at our great thing. And there's like, eventually people started to go, wait, what? And they're going, oh, there's no... And the awesome defense of, oh, we're not looking into people's windows. We're not spying on ordinary citizens. We're only looking for crimes in the open. Except they have actually been caught spying on people, like in apartments, having sex and stuff. Yeah, because cops never abuse power, okay? Deep breath, everyone. You will be fine if the cops and the feds are spying on every fucking thing you do if they're not corrupt and awful abusers of power. Just, unless you're worried about these people with an almost non-stop track record of abusing their power and being corrupt, being able to fuck you over whenever they want, it will probably be okay. Oh my God. Look, let's lighten up a bit. Here's a story from Australia, from Darwin, the Northern Territory, Australia's Florida, where all the crazy shit happens. It's a lovely part of the world. I've been up there for holidays. The humidity is what I think makes people a bit different up there. I think you stay there for a while, you just get a bit different. And there was a story this week about some youths who escaped from a youth detention centre, and what they did straight after was steal a car and then smash back into the detention centre and do burnouts until they were eventually arrested. Now, I think I probably shouldn't be seen to encourage this sort of behaviour, but when I saw escape, steal car, break back in and do burnouts, I just thought, Australia! That's like Australian as it gets right there. And the reports from the cops I just found hilarious. It's like, they are in there doing burnouts. Fucking hell, man, they're going to run out of petrol eventually and get bored. And they eventually did rearrest the youths in question, who are back in custody. This place, which has a colourful history, at one point in its past, 4 people broke out, got drunk and stoned, and then broke back in. And apparently, that whole out, get drunk, stoned, in was not noticed. But here's where you get people who are, breaking the law, are not necessarily the smartest people. They ended up getting busted because apparently, while drunk, they got into some huge fight over a mobile phone. And when guards break it up, they're going, hey, you're all drunk. How did that happen? It's just like, Australia, right there. But let's talk about the real fuckwits of Australia, the federal government. Yes, I know TFU is, since they've been in power, has almost been, how has Tony Abbott fucked up this week? Because he keeps doing it. There wasn't a lighter moment when he bizarrely, stupidly posed right in front of a shop called The Reject Shop, which let all the photojournalists there just get pictures angle, so it just said The Reject in really quite large letters right next to him. You see him in the photo with his big shit-eating grin. Yeah, I posed in front of it. You'd almost think I was a fucking moron for doing that. And honestly, there's been a number of photo shoots when he's been out and about. Like, people say you should have an advance team. They're meant to go to where you're going to appear in the media and try and make sure that nothing bad happens. You start to think that Abbott's advance team hates him as much as everyone else does, because he seems to be in these situations more often than usual. All politicians get caught out at some point. But I mean, I've even seen a picture of Abbott posing with a literal pig's ass. And that's, you know, pretty much saying all you need to be. Speaking of people who hate him, it's becoming increasingly honest. There's quite a split in his own party of the people who really fucking don't like him and the diehards who defend him. Somebody or several somebodies leaked the fact that when Abbott just proposed this unilateral power for the Attorney General to be able to revoke Australians' citizenship if they decide you're doing a bad thing. And the one-sided is, okay, if you're going to go off and fight for ISIS, Islamic State, whatever the fuck you want to call those assholes, then we're going to revoke your citizenship. And not that there's going to be a judicial process and if someone's found guilty of breaking the law, then it'll happen. No, the Attorney General solely can just go, I'm going to revoke your citizenship. Whereas like a few of the Liberal Party have remembered, wait, our whole thing about freedom and individuality and not fucking having a government run right over people, I don't think we can go along with this. And they also, it's basically repeated, several senior people confirmed to the media, oh yeah, no, he came with this and we all said get fucked. And so he's, Abbott's gone back and went, hey, who leaked that? And when he talked to the media about that, he said, oh, me and the party had a come to Jesus moment and we're all over it. And when I saw that phrase, all I thought was like, if you guys had a literal come to Jesus moment, Jesus would be going, fuck are you doing around me? I don't want people to think we're together. Fuck no. You people are awful. What's all that stuff I said about the meek and treat others as you... What the fuck are you doing to these fucking desperate people that you're locking up in... They're just asylum seekers. They need your help. They don't need to be physically and mentally tortured. You fucks. Look, yes, you don't have to know much about me to know I don't believe in Jesus or any religion, but if there was going to be a compassionate figurehead of a religion, I literally think they would be drawn to such exasperation, they would call our federal government a bunch of scum fucks. That lets you in a bit on my idea on religion. But yeah, the Attorney General, Peter Dutton, has been so diehard, like, no, it's good. And he's just spouted this brain-dead shit. Like, no, I think the Prime Minister's in a stronger position than ever now because, he stood up and said this and... Yeah, but it's still not going to happen, is it? Because slightly saying to people when you're fucked. What are you doing? And Dutton's talking to one of their Conservative talking heads, Andrew Bolt, in the US. This is like someone from Fox News, right? He's being paid by Australia's richest person, Gina Rinehart, to just spout insane bullshit on TV. But even Bolt's going, yeah, but why would the Attorney General and not a court decide this? And Dot's going, because that's a good idea. Yeah, but why is it good? And this is one of the things where I think the opponents of this are actually smart enough to go, oh, you know what? We can sit here today and say, okay, us talking about these people, I think we will always do the right thing. But you're not always going to be in power. And if you give unilateral power to one person, and that one person can and does change quite regularly, future decisions might not be so much to your liking. And that's why you have fucking courts where there's like evidence and assessment and qualified people come to a decision over what's legal and what isn't. Not random fuckos in Parliament. Just saying. Dutton managed to dig his hole deeper. They're still picking on the Human Rights Commissioner, Gillian Triggs. this is hilarious how that the UK Conservatives are doing this as well, saying human rights are a bad thing because you're violating. Like, now, I'm now living in a country that has been objectively assessed as having one of the worst human rights records in the world. Fuck me! How the fuck did that happen? Well, when someone who's truly independent, like the Human Rights Commissioner, who can't be sacked because obviously if the government is able to control that, you're never going to have honesty or objectivity, but they just browbeat her all the time. You should quit. Yeah, you should quit. Just because you know everyone agrees when you say we're fucked on human rights, we think you're the problem and you should quit. Oh, stop saying that stuff about asylum seekers just because everyone says it. And another thing with the asylum seekers being held in fucking prison camps on Nauru, there was a weird thing where one of the Green senators, Sarah Hanson-Brown, went there and wanted to assess. And again, no big surprise, the Greens and the government don't agree. But someone who was a security contractor with a company who runs security says, oh yeah, you were being surveilled the whole time. You were being spied on the whole time. And she's gone public and said, fuckers were spying on me while I was there. And Tony Abbott's gone, oh no. I wouldn't characterise it as spying, having people clandestinely watching you and surveilling you the whole time. I'd say that's being looked after. To which Sarah Hanson-Brown said what everyone sane in the country was thinking. You are creepy as fuck. So that's what we're reduced to. Our government, led by the reject, giving us one of the worst human rights records in the world, and then just being creepy as fuck about it.